Vice City Deep Dive. Many viewers asked me to make a video on this topic. So finally, we're going to break down Vice City frame by frame, analyzing its streets, landmarks, atmosphere, and hidden details. Before we begin, I want to mention that this video took a massive amount of time to research, analyze, and edit. And after hours of research, I found 6 hidden details that can blow your mind. And at the end of this video, we'll analyze the screenshots and uncover even more details that most fans completely missed. So make sure to watch until the very end. With that said, let's jump right into the video. The social media. One of the biggest reasons is its social media culture. NPCs seem to follow trends, record videos, live stream events, and constantly share content online, just like people do in real life. It looks like social media will play a huge role in GTA 6's world, making Vice City feel more alive and realistic than ever before. Oh, sorry, I just remembered, some of you don't have a relationship partner yet. But don't worry, if you don't have a relationship partner, then the next feature is made especially for you, the nightlife. I'm sure you've seen the Jason and Lucia bed scene from Trailer 2. Many fans believe this could be Rockstar hinting at a deeper relationship system in GTA 6. Whether that's spending time with your partner, going on dates, visiting clubs, or simply experiencing Vice City's nightlife together, it looks like relationships could play a bigger role than ever before. And considering how vibrant and detailed Vice City's nightlife appears to be, the city might feel just as alive after midnight as it does during the day. But let's be honest, getting a relationship partner in real life is hard. In GTA 6, just pull up in a supercar and suddenly your chances might increase by 500%. And that brings us to our next detail, the luxury cars. Vice City isn't just about beaches and nightlife, it's also about showing off. And if Trailer 2 is anything to go by, luxury cars are going to be everywhere. From high-end sports cars cruising through Ocean Beach to exotic supercars parked outside expensive hotels and clubs, Rockstar seems to be capturing Miami's luxury culture perfectly. What's even more interesting is the variety. We've already spotted vehicles inspired by Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls-Royces, and many other real-world luxury brands. And considering Rockstar's improved vehicle physics and customization systems, owning a supercar in GTA 6 could feel more rewarding than ever before. But here's something most people missed. Luxury cars aren't just there for decoration. They tell us something about Vice City itself, a city filled with wealth, influencers, celebrities, and people trying to show off their status. And when you combine that with social media, nightlife, and the massive open world, Vice City starts feeling less like a video game map and more like a real world. But what if your partner doesn't want to ride in a car? What if they want to spend the day out on the water instead? Well, GTA 6 has a solution for that too. The boats. Just like Miami, Vice City is surrounded by water. And from everything we've seen so far, boats seem to play a much bigger role than they did in previous GTA games. From luxury yachts and speedboats to jet skis and party vessels, the waterways of Vice City look just as alive as its streets. So whether you're cruising along the coastline, exploring hidden islands, or taking your partner on a sunset boat ride, Vice City offers plenty of ways to travel in style. And honestly, if a supercar doesn't impress your partner, maybe $1 million yacht will. But here's the problem. You need money to buy boats, luxury cars, penthouses, and everything else Vice City has to offer. But here's the solution: the businesses. One of the biggest rumors and hints surrounding GTA 6 is the return of business ownership and income-generating properties. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. Vice City is a city built around money, influence, and status. So instead of relying entirely on missions, Rockstar could allow players to build their own criminal empire through businesses. Imagine owning nightclubs, car dealerships, bars, shipping companies, or even social media-driven ventures that generate passive income over time. And if Rockstar expands the system beyond what we saw in GTA Online, businesses could become one of the most important progression mechanics in the game. But here's where things get really interesting. Businesses aren't just about making money, they also make the world feel more alive. Employees coming and going, customers visiting your locations, deliveries arriving, and rivals trying to interfere with your operations. All of these small details can make Vice City feel like a living, breathing city rather than just a backdrop for missions. And once you've built enough wealth, you can finally afford the luxury lifestyle Vice City is famous for. The cars, the yachts, the penthouses, and maybe even impress your in-game partner. Or at least that's easier than doing it in real life. But while businesses help us understand Vice City's economy, the next detail reveals something even more important: the city itself. Now, this is where things get really exciting, because no matter how many businesses you own or how much money you make, everything ultimately comes back to the city. Vice City isn't just a location, it's the heart of GTA 6. And based on everything we've seen so far, Rockstar isn't simply recreating the Vice City from 2002. They're rebuilding it from the ground up on a completely different scale. The streets look denser, the beaches feel more crowded, the neighborhoods appear more detailed, and the entire city seems designed to feel alive at every hour of the day. Just look at the amount of activity visible in the trailer: traffic moving through intersections, crowds gathering on beaches, people recording videos on their phones, police responding to incidents, and hundreds of tiny background details happening simultaneously. These aren't things Rockstar accidentally included. They're deliberate design choices meant to make Vice City feel like a real place rather than a traditional game map. And if the rumors are true, Vice City may only be one part of a much larger world. Surrounding towns, rural areas, swamps, industrial districts, and long stretches of highway connecting everything together, meaning the map could offer incredible variety depending on where you decide to explore. One moment you're cruising through neon-lit city streets. The next you're driving through isolated back roads with almost nobody around. That contrast is what makes open-world games memorable. But perhaps the most impressive part isn't the size of the map, it's the density. Rockstar seems focused on making every area feel meaningful. Every street, every neighborhood, every beach, every district, designed with its own atmosphere, culture, and personality. And if they pull that off, Vice City could become the most immersive open world Rockstar has ever created. But despite all these details, there's one final mystery that could define the entire GTA 6 experience. Not the nightlife, not the luxury cars, not even the businesses. It's what Rockstar still hasn't shown us. Because for a game this massive, we've actually seen very little of Vice City. There are entire districts we barely know anything about, countless interiors that remain hidden, and possibly secrets Rockstar is deliberately keeping out of every trailer and screenshot. Think about it. If this is what they're willing to show us publicly, what are they saving for launch day? Hidden locations? Massive interiors? Secret activities? Or something nobody has even guessed yet? And that's what makes Vice City so exciting. Every trailer answers a few questions, but creates 10 more. And now it's time to look even closer. Because the screenshots Rockstar released contain dozens of tiny details that most fans completely overlooked. So let's break them down one by one. Screenshots number 1. Now let's take a closer look at this screenshot, because Rockstar may be telling us more than it seems. The first thing that grabs your attention is obviously the massive Vice sign. And honestly, this feels like Rockstar's version of the famous Hollywood sign. It's huge, it's elevated, and it's designed to be seen from a distance, which immediately suggests this could become one of Vice City's most iconic landmarks. But that's not the only interesting detail. Look at the private jet flying directly overhead. This isn't a commercial airliner, it's a luxury aircraft. And that's important because it perfectly fits the theme Rockstar keeps showing throughout Vice City. Wealth, status, luxury, influencers, celebrities, and people trying to live the high life. Whether it's supercars, yachts, penthouses, or private jets, Vice City appears to be built around excess and ambition. Now let's talk about the lighting. The sun appears to be setting in the background, creating this orange and pink glow across the entire scene. And honestly, the lighting here is incredible. Notice how the sunlight shines through the letters of the sign, the shadows, the reflections, the clouds, even the metal framework behind the letters is visible. These are the kinds of tiny graphical details that make the world feel believable. But here's something many fans completely overlook. The sign isn't perfect. Look closely and you'll notice dirt, wear, stains, and imperfections on the surface. Rockstar could have made it look brand new. Instead, they intentionally gave it age and realism. It's a small detail, but thousands of details like this are what make Rockstar worlds feel alive. Another interesting detail is the vegetation surrounding the area. Palm trees are visible behind the sign, once again reinforcing Vice City's Miami-inspired identity. And if this landmark is accessible in-game, it could become a popular location for exploration, photography, races, or even missions. Now imagine standing here at sunset, watching planes fly overhead, looking out across the city skyline, and realizing this is only one small part of the massive world Rockstar has created. If this much attention has been given to a single landmark, imagine how much detail is hiding in the rest of Vice City. Now let's move on. Screenshots number 2. Now this screenshot is incredibly interesting because it tells us a lot about Vice City's luxury culture. At first glance, you might think Rockstar is simply showing off the graphics. But if we look closer, there's actually much more going on. The first thing that stands out is the location itself. We're looking at what appears to be a high-end beachfront resort or luxury hotel. Below, we can see a massive swimming pool area surrounded by private cabanas, lounge chairs, palm trees, and carefully designed landscaping. This isn't just a random building. It's the kind of place designed for wealthy tourists, influencers, celebrities, and people living the luxury lifestyle. And that's exactly the image Rockstar keeps presenting throughout Vice City. Now look beyond the hotel. In the background, we can clearly see the beach stretching along the coastline. What's impressive is the density. There are people on the sand, boats out on the water, rows of palm trees, and an incredible amount of environmental detail packed into a single screenshot. But perhaps the most important detail is the perspective. Rockstar didn't take this screenshot from street level. They placed the camera high above the city, almost as if they wanted players to experience Vice City from luxury penthouses, hotel suites, rooftop lounges, or expensive apartments. That could be Rockstar hinting at more accessible interiors and high-rise locations than we've seen before. Now let's talk about the characters. Notice their expensive jewelry, designer-style clothing, tattoos, sunglasses, and relaxed body language. These aren't ordinary tourists. They're meant to represent the wealthy, status-driven culture that Miami is famous for. And that's a theme we've seen repeatedly throughout GTA 6. Luxury cars, private aircraft, yachts, exclusive nightlife, and now luxury beachfront resorts. Everything points toward a world obsessed with success, money, and social status. But what really impressed me is the lighting. Look at how the sunlight reflects across the ocean, the shadows cast through the palm trees, the glow on the character's skin, and the subtle reflections throughout the entire scene. This isn't just graphical detail, it's environmental storytelling. Rockstar wants Vice City to feel like a place people dream about visiting. A tropical paradise filled with opportunity, luxury, and excess. And if this single screenshot is any indication, Vice City may be the most visually immersive city Rockstar has ever created.